Good afternoon, students. Today is the first day after the school spring holiday. Did you have a good time last week? Miri, yeah, Petya? Where did you go last weekend?
I was
Where?
last Greece and Macedonia.
Macedonia. And what did you do there?
Uh,
We visited.
with my clothes, my mom and all our
So
friends.
how would you say we went around the mountain? How would you say that in English? We went mountaineering. Yes, go mountaineering. We climbed which waterfall did you go to? Smolarski waterfall in Macedonia, and in Greece, which one?
Not only one in Macedonia, three.
Yes.
Croatia waterfall and Gabrovski.
Gabrovski in Greece, yeah, in Macedonia. They have the village of Gabrene or Gabrovo there. Yeah, I know the same places.
In Greece, to Danica.
So Tanica, was it a big one? The one in Greece?
No.
Yeah, but you enjoy that, yes. You know, we could also take the people from Petric to Greece and to show them places of interest also there, not just around Petric. That's in the long-term project. We can investigate the place and show them places around the area. Good. And I'm working with the bus service of the company that services Petric or Grajden. What was it called? Chonada. Yes. Because Chonada's children, they study at the language center. And Gergana, yes, and Sashko Alexander, his mom gave me all the prices for the buses we can hire from their company. Yeah, and you know, Богдана is just saying, относно името на турбите, аз мисля, че дестинация Петрич е може би най-удачно и за двата езика. Okay, we'll think about that. Destination Petrich. Yeah, because we've been discussing what would be the name of the Facebook page. Okay. It must be the same translation in Bulgarian or in English, but it doesn't depend on us. Destination Petrich. It depends on which word people use in Google when they are searching for information about the area here. Do they say destination or do they say touring? I think touring is, yeah, okay, not what I like, but what is the keyword in the Google searches? This must be the name of the page. The keywords from the Google should be the name of the page because it means that more customers from Google will reach us. Okay, so boys, we talked about your holiday. Miri, did you travel anywhere during the holidays? You were in Petric, yes. And did you take a good time, like a break from everything? Yeah, why not? It wasn't enough. Oh, but you know, the longer you stay at home and don't go to school, it's going to be more difficult then to get back to your normal educational process. It takes time to unwind and wind later on to the activities. Okay, so today in this class, we're going to discuss different environmental issues related to food, water, energy, waste, climate change, animals, nature. We'll be practicing listening comprehension skills. And at the end, you need to present a proposal to the class about how to solve these problems locally or globally about Bulgaria. Okay, but let's start with brainstorming first. Can you come up? Okay, let's work in pairs. Miriam and Stanislav, Petya and Nicola, could you brainstorm ideas about problems that come with food? Okay, let's start thinking together. When we talk about food, what problems we could experience with food on global level? Yeah.
Some people can underfed.
But what is the problem called when people don't have food to eat? Starvation, yeah, starvation. Yeah, a lot of children in Africa die every 5 minutes. Many children die out of starvation. Yeah. So let's draw a mind map to help you as you come up with ideas, spend time and just brainstorm as many words as will come to your mind as a result of these key words. Okay, I'll be writing on the whiteboard at the same time. I'll give you 5 minutes for all of you, or we can do it together. No, first do it on your own. Yeah. So environmental problems. Environmental. And I would call these global problems. Do they ask the environmental problems and global issues are related to what? Let's continue with food. Do you know any people in the neighborhood who are starving, who are underfed, who have nothing to eat? Okay,
No.
so no, okay, but a problem with food could do with starvation, yes. People dying out of being underfed. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the main issue with. And this is related to what, this problem? What could cause starvation in a country?
Not enough money.
Yeah, so the economical situation, okay, as a result of, okay, everybody start writing, as a result of the economical situation in a country, what else can lead to starvation of the people? As a result of the economical situation. In a breed, okay, what else? Starvation as a result of what? Climate change, maybe there will be no water, no rain to water. So as a result of what? Of droughts, yes, droughts, floods, maybe there will be no natural disasters, yes. Happen to people like an earthquake that will cause starvation because people will have nothing to eat or nothing to drink. Okay, so this is one of the environmental issues we can discuss today. Okay, so let's continue. Another issue related to water. Water. What can happen to water? Pollution. Okay, so pollution of the water. That's the main thing. So we need to discuss the cause. What can cause the pollution of the water? Yes.
As a result of fabrics.
Yeah, it's dumping what? Rubbish, toxic waste, dumping toxic waste. Where? Into rivers. Where else? Oceans, lakes, etc. That's the main issue, dumping toxic waste into rivers, oceans, and lakes. Yeah, this one. And yes, this is also suggested here. Acid rain can cause acidity to the ground, and everything can die as a result of that acidity. Yes, so we can also add air pollution. Yes, acid rain can cause the destruction of all the crops. We can say, okay, capital letter. Acid rain can cause the erosion and the earth erosion. Please come in. Hello, Vicky. How are you today? Okay, we are brainstorming ideas about environmental and global issues. Good, and we.
We're going to write an essay or
No, a proposal, how to solve the problems. Let's see how much time we'll have today. If we don't have enough time, please take notes. Because based on these notes, we have to write a proposal, what to do to save our planet Earth. And this is quite a common problem and yeah, nowadays, unfortunately. So what comes next? Acid rain can cause the earth erosion and good. Good. What else? Marine pollution, oil spills. And then that's what you can say. Marine pollution. What does it mean? Marine pollution. Metamorphosis, yeah, is a result of what marine pollution or and oil spills can cause a catastrophe. Yes, I mean, for example, the coral reefs they're starting to bleach, to disappear because of the increased temperature.
what is starting to disappear? I didn't get.
So the coral reefs in near Australia, there is a big coral reefs, and they are starting to bleach the pubelavat because of the water, of the rising temperature of the water there. So these are living organisms, and they are starting to die out as a result of this marine pollution. Okay, marine pollution and oil spills. Okay, are okay. This is enough. We're now brainstorming ideas. Okay. And this is to do with water. Let's continue with energy. What can we talk about energy?
Well, when we should turn on the lights or take the charger out of the.
So maybe, yeah, that's
To
what you mean.
reduce the waste of energy.
That's a good. So these are the three R's: recycle, reuse, and what was the other one? Reduce. Yeah. But we can talk about, because we are given some prompts here about energy. Write down renewable energy, energy conservation. This is what you should write about: renewable energy and energy conservation when it comes to talk about energy. Energy conservation. Can you, yeah, can you give some ideas how of some of the alternative sources of renewable energy? What can we use?
Solar panels.
So, okay, by implementing how? Implementing, with them, or installing solar panels on the roofs of the houses. Solar panels, what else? Solarni pannele. Тези вятърните мелници, спомняте си ги? Как се наричаха? Windmills, така ли? Или turbines, wind turbines. Това са вятърните мелници. And water powers, нали? Energy, water power plants, електроцентрали въз основа на вода. Water power plants could be, let's say, build up in order to use alternative sources of energy that wouldn't destroy our environment. Energy conservation. So, the three R's. The three R's. This is recycle, reduce, and reuse. This is what you can talk about, like keywords when you write about energy. Good. And the next one. What comes next keyword? Yeah, about waste. What can you think about waste? Chemical waste, chemical waste.
Wasteland.
We should introduce maybe we should introduce recycling of all of this waste. Yeah, what did you say?
Waste.
A wastelands climate. Oh, this is the other one. No, that's nothing to do with ours. Okay, waste. Okay, so maybe introducing. Yeah, we should introduce. Select разделно изхвърляне на отпадъците. Separate. 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 Or separate throwing away of the rubbish. Yes, of the rubbish. This is something that we should work on. Maybe informing people about the danger and making people aware, informing people, making them aware of the danger, making people aware е да ги осведомим, да ги информираме of the danger. If we do not reduce the rubbish, yeah? Minimize, if we do not minimize the rubbish we create. Ами, за да можем да направим това по този трапезо, няма да е само това. Ще имаме лисани и след това ще трябва да направим предложение. We need to write a proposal. Okay, away the danger if we don't minimize rubbish it creates. Good. Let's continue with more brainstorming. Climate change. Всъщност тук може да добавим още думи. Беше думата бунище. Landfills are the places where people throw the rubbish into. Бунище. Okay. Бунище, да. Landfills. Тая думичка можем да добавим. Landfills. Сметище. Бунище. Сметище. Landfills. We're making mountains of landfills nowadays. Have you seen such big landfills on the way to Devon? There is a floating rubbish which is kilometers on end of plastic bottles, cans, and they're floating on the surface of the ocean. So we need to start minimizing the rubbish we're creating and living after ourselves, because we're polluting the nature, polluting the water, the air, everything. Good. What else comes next? Climate change. Climate change. What causes climate change? Пензла? Всеки да си нахвърля думи, с които ще може след това да боравим. This is the idea of brainstorming. The vocabulary together. Всичко, което може да ги хълне. I'll just erase the top with that word. Climate change. What's the reason? Why? Yes, air pollution cannot be divided into things. Climate change is caused by what? There is too much carbon dioxide and smoke in the air. And it stops what?
The earth recycle, reduce and reuse.
Да. Reduce, съм написала два пъти. Reuse. Да, sorry. Thank you. I've been thinking forward. Good. So what else is there? The next one is we're talking about climate change. Yeah, there is something here as a suggestion. Climate change. It is caused by all this air water, everything is being polluted. So as a result, we experience this climate change. So it leads to global warming. For example, look at the weather this winter. We didn't have any, we had once snow, only once.
With rain.
Yes, twice, yeah. And for the first time, we bought a lot of wood for our wood stove at home for my mother-in-law. She couldn't even burn half of the wood. Half of the wood is left after the winter. That means that the temperature is going up and up. And that will lead to the melting. Next Monday, the temperature outside will be 30 degrees centigrade. That has never happened before. Global warming. I'm just thinking about. So that will lead us to the melting of the polar caps. Нали така се казаха полярните шапки? И това до какво ще доведе? Разтапянето на полярните шапки.
Raising global oceans level.
Yeah, and a lot of land and continents will disappear under the water.
They said that London will be under the water.
50 years, yes. So
Netherlands
the
also.
melting polar caps will lead to flooding, to наводняване, to floods, okay, and a lot of towns will go under the water level. London, maybe Amsterdam, all of these famous cities that are at the sea level.
First country that will do it.
Which one?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands, yes. The melting of the polar caps will lead to floods and sinking of many cities around the world that are at sea level at the moment. That's why don't make a house near the sea. And sinking of many cities on sea level. There will be under the water and sinking of many cities on sea level. Climate change, yeah. What shall we do to stop climate change? Give a proposal. Nicola, what shall we do?
Reduce that.
Yeah, there is a lot we can do. For example, planting trees, yeah?
Reduce the pollution.
Yeah, planting, this is what you should offer. We should plant more and more trees. In particular, marijuana. Yes, do you know why? Plant more trees. Because the oxygen, they have just legalized marijuana in Germany. Maybe this week or last week, they make it legal because when you grow marijuana, first it grows very fast. It produces 4 times more oxygen in the air than any other tree. Yeah, and you can make also petrol out of marijuana, which will be ecologically clean. In particular, but no, the reason why it is not so popular, marijuana is forbidden from being used, is because those petrol magnates, they cannot let marijuana be taken by the wood, no? They will start losing money. And that's why marijuana is forbidden from being used. In particular, marijuana is known as the magic tree for many, many years, since the 1950s. And this is my personal opinion, though. Okay, plant more trees, introduce what? What's over there? Introduce the green.
Filters.
Okay, or implement. Искам да кажа да се въведат такива практики на почистване. Implement or install filters. Да, се инсталират филтри. Install filters Къде ще ги инсталираме на
Cars,
на
fabrics.
комините? Да. On the chimneys. Всеки един дом, в който има дървена печка, трябва да има, или печка на дърва, трябва да има филтър на комина. Install filters on the chimneys of houses, factories, etc. Вижте ли, когато започнем да брейнстормваме идеи, даже дори вие самите знаете, какви идеи ще ви дадат от съзнанието.
Аз месец по-добре записах през.
That's okay. Install filters on the chimneys of houses, of factories. И тук е да информираме хората. Inform people. Inform and introduce такива практики. Introduce, как ще кажем, такива успешни практики. Let's say, introduce practices that teach people how to teach people how to live ecologically. Teach people how to live green. Това беше фраза. How to live green. Това е много важно. Да знаем как да се селектираме, къде да изхвърляме боклуците. Inform and introduce practices that teach people how to live green. For example, have you heard about compost bins? Each family should have a compost bin in their yard at home. This way you throw double of the waste that you create as a household and don't make the landfills full so fast, you know? For example, you can say, for example, build or make your own, build a compost bin. Значи, кош за компостиране на храната от обелките на зеленчуците и плодовете. Те сами се разграждат във вашия двор. Използвате тази торта за наторяване на растения, цветя и така нататък. To build a compost bin in each household. Тоест да редуцираме отпадъците на половина, а не да изпълним целия кош за буклук. In each household. Добре. Така. Продължаваме с последния. Следващото. We will think about animals now. What about animals? How do they harm the environment? Animals. What do animals do? They produce a lot of waste. Animals. Breeding. They have shown that the harmful gases that animals release in the atmosphere are even more than the cars on the road. Those are the fumes that are released as a result of their upbringing. So animals, продължаваме с следващия въпрос за животните. Animals. What do they say here? Endangered species and poaching. Good. That's one of the. Не съм много сигурна. Може да си го проверим. I'm not quite sure. Marijuana. Maybe yes, maybe not. So J. Ето къде. Така ли? Okay. Good. Marijuana. I'm not quite sure. But this is our key. Единствено президента на Македония мисля, че има такава градина с марихуана. It is fenced around. Nobody can enter. There is a marijuana garden fenced, and it belonged to the president, to the ex-president of Macedonia, because people know about its benefits, health benefits. And people who suffer. Да, но хората, които са в ремисия от рак и така нататък, благодарение на марихуаната оцеляват, because they do not feel the pain of their treatment and they do recover after that. Good. Let's continue. So animals, okay, let's talk about endangered animals here. Endangered animals. This is another issue. We talked about that in class last time, didn't we? You remember that? Yes. And how can we help endangered animals? What should be done? Do you remember the topic from last time? Vicky? What could you do to stop these endangered animals from getting extinct? What can be done?
First, we can stop buying products that are made from their skin, and
Mhm.
vultures won't be as much interested in killing them because there will be no buyers.
So you remember everything, what we've done in class. Stop buying products made of such animals. Animals that are endangered, yes, of such animals. And stop poaching or prevent poachers. Spomenuli si думата poaching. Браконьерстване. And prevent poachers from hunting animals, from hunting these animals. This is the only, and maybe take part in conservation programs and schemes. You remember we had such a listening, or take part in volunteer, take part, etc. It's kind of for example, violative questionnaires, for example. For example, build compost, bin, това е съкрещение от латински език. Не знам какво се изведе мишката, но означава for example. Ето ще ви дам да си го запомните. For example. Okay, take part in conservation programs, conservation schemes or programs. Програми за консервация, for conserving these animals that are threatened to disappear. Take part in conservation programs. Good. Wow, so many ideas. I didn't know that we had so much. Grazie. It's used to provide specific examples, but it comes from Latin language. Yes. And finally, we have now nature. What do they mean by saying nature here? Nature. Let's talk about the Earth Hour. Let's talk about the Earth Hour, which we celebrated. That was last month. Do you remember the group of children from Young Mountaineers? We had a night walk around Petrich to remind people about the danger of all of these problems. So nature, the Earth Hour, is one of the steps that we should take in order to remind people that we should change our behavior and take care of the mother. Yes, let me have a look around here. Yes, here you are. Maybe we broke now. Okay, so generally, these are the key words you should memorize. Now we are going to listen to somebody. He's talking about, so open your student's book, page 152. Yes? Vicky, do you have a book with you? Just a second, I do have it.
No, I'm just gonna look at the
So grab my right student's book, page 152. Yes, okay, it is positive. Page 152. But don't write in pencil inside. And good. И така, хайде сега. 152. And this is exercise B. You hear a member of Auburn City Council making a proposal about an environmental issue in their city. Listen to the first part of the proposal and identify the problem and the people affected and the possible causes of the problem. complete the table below. So you're going to practice your listening comprehension skills. Ready? Още това ли го пишеш? Няма да изсилвам дъска, после ще си ги добавиш. Да. Защото стана и половина and the time is pressing me up. But this is important. Now I realize that you have learned the vocabulary to talk on the topic, which is a great relief for me. Okay, so you should discuss the problem, who was affected, and the cause for this problem. Petya, we should start the listening now. После ще си ги допишеш. Сега трябва да чуем проблема, the people and the causes. Listen, let me make sure I'm sharing the screen. Yes. Okay.
Task. Modules 3 and 4. B. You will hear a member of Auburn City Council making a proposal about an environmental issue in their city. Listen to the first part of the proposal and identify the problem, the people affected, and the possible causes of the problem. Complete the table below.
No one would describe Auburn as a big, crowded city. Nor can our city be compared with the industrial cities of the north. Yet when it comes to air pollution, we can compete with both. The main thing we need to discuss is that air pollution levels are constantly on the rise, and scientists have been warning us about this annual increase, which will soon see us fighting to breathe. Let's start by talking about health issues. Unfortunately, experts say it is not only the elderly, sick, or young that are affected. Doctors from all major hospitals have reported a growing number of patients in the 18 to 45 age group suffering from asthma, difficulty in breathing, frequent headaches, and heart problems. This is no small matter, since it seems to be affecting the healthiest and strongest people, the basis of our city's workforce. As more and more residents are becoming concerned, what can be done? Auburn City Council has been aware of the need for action, but there are many factors involved and no simple solutions to the problem. With families now owning and using approximately one car for each member, the number of cars on the streets has doubled in the last 5 years alone. At the same time, as more open space is being developed each year, without careful planning, more concrete is added with even fewer green areas to balance it off. On top of that, although we are fortunate enough to have all year round warm weather, the constant heat, especially during the summer months, only contributes to the problem. It is obvious that we need to find a solution to this problem.
Do you understand it? What was the main problem they talked about? But mainly health issues related to the air pollution. They talked about air pollution. Yes. And yeah, health issues, yeah, but there's a result of air pollution. So who are the people who suffer as a
People of all age.
Bravo? That's the problem. So yeah, they talked about the air pollution, and the people are the sick people from the age of 80 to old age.
It is more hard.
Yeah, that causes air pollution. Yes, bravo. They experience difficulty breathing, and asthma outfits are coming more and more often. Good. What are the causes for this air pollution? Amelia? Yeah.
Throwing away in the street.
Oh no, they talked about that. The cars doubled. The number of the cars doubled on the street.
That is coming out of
Не, само това. Те го казаха конкретно. Сега ще ви го пусна да го чуете
What is a
последно.
growing number of patients in the 18 to 45 age group suffering from asthma, difficulty in breathing, frequent headaches, and heart problems. This is no small matter, since it seems to be affecting the healthiest and strongest people, the basis of our city's workforce. As more and more residents are becoming concerned, what can be done? Auburn City Council has been aware of the need for action, but there are many factors involved and no simple solutions to the problem.
Okay.
With families now owning and using approximately one car for each member, the number of cars on the streets has doubled in the
So the number of the cars has doubled in
last 5 years alone. At the same time as more open space is being developed each year, without careful planning, more concrete is added with even fewer green areas to balance it off.
Did you understand this one? More concrete is added to green areas. Cement, they just, as a result of the development of the building areas, more concrete is added to green areas. So to bounce it off, so this gladiator's transfer. And the last one, yeah, that's the last one.
On top of that, although we are fortunate enough to have all year round warm weather, the constant heat, especially during the summer months, only contributes to the problem. It is obvious that we need to find a solution to this problem.
During the summer causes the problem too. Okay. So these are the 3 reasons. The number of the cars, more concrete is being added to the developing areas, and finally, warm weather. Now, let's move on to the next activity. What are the solutions? Now, listen to the second part of the proposal in which the member of Auburn City states the possible solutions to the environmental issue and complete the mind map with a word or a short phrase. Okay, look at the phrases. Let's do it.
C. Now listen to the second part of the proposal, in which the member of Auburn City Council states the possible solutions to the environmental issue, and complete the mind map with a word or short phrase.
That is why I am here today, to propose some solutions in order to reduce air pollution in our city and make the quality of life better for all residents. I think the most appropriate solution is to promote public transport. People avoid taking buses because they are never on time and can be quite crowded. Not to mention many consider them expensive. Certainly, we can change this by improving the public transport service and lowering the cost of all transport fares. That way, more residents will leave their car at home and help reduce the problem. It's a well-known fact that the city centre has been most affected. Just think about the exhaust fumes coming from every vehicle. So we can definitely say that if we reduce or even ban cars in this part of the city, we will help solve the problem. Of course, we wouldn't have to ban all cars. We can allow only electric cars, which do not produce any harmful pollutants for the environment. In addition, we can create more bicycle lanes so that people can use their bicycles easily and safely. Another suitable option would be making our city greener. We can do this by planting more trees all over the city, as well as by putting recycling bins on every corner. This way, our residents will be encouraged to protect the environment, and our air will be cleaner and fresher. If we apply these ideas, we will be able to efficiently reduce the air pollution in our city, which will benefit us all. Thank you for your time.
Okay, did you listen to the answers? These were the solutions suggested. So the first solution to the problem would be, Nicola, to promote what? Public transport and lower what? The cost of the travel fares, the cost of all transport fares. That will definitely improve the service. Petya, what else we should do? Another effective solution. But which was this part of the city? At the exam, you should call it the city center. So when you have this listening task, you have to say that was the city center and allow
electric
cars in only electric cars in the city center because they do not pollute the air, create more bicyclists than is well. What about next? What
Make
else?
it greener,
Greener
plant trees, and more recycling
and
bins.
add more recycled bins. So this is how the essay was done, you know. It could be both in present, it could be in the speech discussion. What should be done to reduce the pollution? Let's say, what was this pollution? The air pollution in this city. Did you hear the language? One possible effective solution would be to promote, yes, to promote public transport and lower the cost of all transport fares. Yeah. We should also improve the service. As a result, we could improve the service. Yes, okay, just write it down. And solution, another effective solution would be to make the city look greener. How we could do that? We could introduce or plant more trees all over the city and add more recycling bins. And then you have to say, this way, the place will look cleaner and what else? Cleaner and greener. Yes, okay, and that's it. So we were given an example how to make your own brain maps and based on them to make a presentation or write your essay. Exercise D, working groups. Choose one of the problems before having activity A and brainstorm ideas using the table below. Choose a problem that affects our town, Petrich. Let's do this together now, everybody. What do you think is the most urgent problem in Petrich? No, I don't think that is serious. We don't have as many cars here. What else? The rubbish. That's, I think, a very serious problem. Can we now, all of us together, search for, so what causes? Let's find the causes for that problem. The people and the lack of recycle bins. They're not in our bins. Хайде, започваме да пишеме и въз основа на това ще си направим есе за четвъртък. За четвъртък ще го... Не сега да го брейнстормаме. So I think the main problem... Айде, за мен основният проблем на нашия град it's rubbish. Rubbish. Okay. Rubbish. What should be done? Rubbish is a main problem, and it's caused by whom? Caused by both people because we are not aware. The people, problem is the rubbish. Има ли? Една секунда да ви помня. Ето ги нещата. And possible solutions. So we need to consider all of these problems. I cannot, okay. So the problem is rubbish. So what's the main thing? That people do not, as I said, we do not recycle. Yes, we do not recycle. That's the main problem. Do you agree with me? We do not recycle. Do not recycle. Също не го разделяме. We do not separate the bin, the rubbish correctly. Yeah, they do have, we do have different kinds of bins, but who does it?
Yeah.
They put it together at the end. There is no reason why we should do it. We do not separate the rubbish, yeah, or we do not place the rubbish separately. Yes. Може, всичко може да напишете. And this is why, because people are not aware of the danger, yeah, about our health, about our ecology system. We do not separate the rubbish, we do not recycle, we do not minimize, we do not try to minimize the rubbish, the rubbish we create. The rubbish we create in our households. в нашите домакинства. Значи буквално целият отпадък отива на едно място. All of the rubbish goes to the same bin. In our households. Citizens. Ето, това ни е проблема. И той е много сериозен. Също хората изхвърлят отпадъци навсякъде. Ето, другия проблем. People drop litter. People drop litter. Не само, че изпускаме отпадъци навсякъде, но хората си изхвърлят боклуците в планина Беласица. Нали? People drop litter and they throw industrial waste into the mountain. Industrial waste in Belasica mountain. This is disgusting, isn't it?
Аз нямам мястото.
Ами, добре, ние сега си нахвърляме идеите за вашето есе. Ще направим есе. Как да решим проблема? Как да си помогнем? Тук, какво трябва да бъде? Present your proposal. Знаете ли? Има разлика.
Беласица е само с
Беласица. CS. Беласица. Тук пишеме double S, защото се запазва звука С. После ще реша дали ще бъде, по-скоро ще бъде proposal. What to do. How to do it. Така, so the purpose of this report would be to discuss quite a serious problem we have, yes, to raise people's awareness, to raise people's awareness. Това основното, което трябва да направим. Awareness about the problem with rubbish, about the rubbish, about rubbish in general, generally speaking. Rubbish and it's in неговото изхвърляне, yes, it's throwing, dumping, throwing away. How to do that? Trace about rubbish and it's throwing away. Good. This is a serious problem. Who are the people that are affected? Who is affected? Everybody. The local people are affected. The local people.
the nature.
All the nature. Yes, all the nature. And the animals. I'm sure that many animals die, get poisoned as a result of this rubbish being thrown everywhere because they go into the ground, into the earth. And then it pollutes the underground water that gets into the streams. So the local people over the nature and the air хората, местните хора, природата ни и въздухът, всичко това се повлиява от отпадъците. And the air in the area. Because people, they burn those car tires and they pollute the air that we are breathing in. Yeah, представете ли си? This is just terrible. I cannot understand why they do it. Okay, so now, causes. What is the reason for that? Хубава тема хванахме. What is the reason for that pollution? Causes.
Recycling bins.
Добре.
People neglecting recycling for separating rubbish.
Добре, да го запиша, просто изчаквам Петя. Петя, мога ли да изтрия? Да, изтривам. Добре. Аз го снимах. Айде сега да запишем причините. Казахме people's, what did you say? People's, maybe being ignorant. Те са първо неосведомени. Ignorant about the danger, yes, involved with not throwing the rubbish bin in the right places, that involved with the rubbish. Просто ние сме неинформирани. Have I told you when I arrived in Australia, the first time I went to the rubbish bin to throw my household rubbish, a neighbor came out of her house to check whether I have separated the plastic from the paper, from the glassware, and from the household rubbish. She came and said, Mariana, can I see whether you know how to separate the rubbish in the right way? I got my first lesson from my neighbor. I didn't go to school. She wanted to make sure, even though they had big signs saying paper, plastic, glassware. Yes. So people being ignorant about the danger involved with rubbish. What else can be another reason for that? Causes not enough rubbish bins. Yes, not enough recycling bins. Yes. What else could be a good reason for that? Също самите компании. Yes. Not enough. Not enough. Няма достатъчно, може би, политика на местно ниво. Not enough.
То на държавно ниво няма
How to say that? Not enough recycling. И че няма унифицирана политика, нали? Bins. И няма политика. There is no policy. There is no policy about penalties, нали? About penalties. Penalties. Due to the pollution, due to the rubbish pollution. Okay, now what we're gonna do, I'll send you in Viber a plan what to do and how to write, and can you please just try at home? Искам нещо като предложение. I want you to write a proposal. How this the problem of rubbish. It's the treatment of the rubbish. How to make people aware of the problem with the rubbish in our town. Ще ви пусна една секунда. Ако ми чакате, сега ще ви дам едни разпечатки. Can you wait for me? I'll give you some information how to